A man moved to a new house, and in that house strange events started occurring. So he installed a surveillance camera in the living room, and that camera recorded what he believes is a ghost. Pay attention. The recording shows a whitish figure that passes from one corner to another, that moves slowly until it disappears. Many say it's just something that passed in front of the camera, but the man is completely convinced that it's a ghost, a real ghost that would be inhabiting his house. Could it really be so? A man shared a very terrifying recording on his profile, a recording that would be real evidence of this supposed being known as Bigfoot. Pay attention. Now. What was that? Could it really be real evidence of this supposed being known as Bigfoot? Or is it just a person in disguise, a staged video? It's quite strange evidence and, at the very least, terrifying. But as always, you have the last word here on the Fear channel, so comment below your opinion. On the Ghost subreddit, a user known as The Proof Seekers shared a video that captured genuinely disturbing activity inside a bedroom, and in broad daylight, no less. The footage comes from a fixed camera pointing at the room. At first, nothing seems to be happening. It looks like a normal, quiet bedroom, but that changes very quickly. Without warning, a strange voice can be heard, whispering but deep, saying, "Hello" from somewhere nearby. It's brief, but definitely disturbing. Unfortunately, not much context is given in the post. Still, the lack of explanation doesn't make the clip any less chilling. In fact, it might make it worse. The voice is clear enough to be heard distinctly, but there's no visual indication of where it's coming from. That's what really disturbs people. The comments came quickly. Some called the voice something out of nightmares, while others wondered if it could come from a video game or television in another room. but nothing in the clip suggests a plausible source for the voice. So, what do you think? Could it have been a random, explainable sound captured at just the right moment, or is it something more sinister? One thing is certain. That voice doesn't sound like something you'd want to hear when you're alone at home. On TikTok, a woman named Sandra shares that since her mother passed away, she's been experiencing really strange activities inside her house, and it's starting to scare her. In the video, we see Sandra filming inside a bedroom, and almost immediately, something unusual occurs.
It keep happening in my house since my mom passed away. Like, why?
Sandra then approaches to show there's nothing around. No strings, fans, or pets that could be causing this. It's a disturbing moment, made even more unsettling by how calmly it happens.
I looked underneath the drawer, I looked behind it, there's nothing making it pop out. And it seems like it's when I bring up my mom that something happens. Mom? Your cat's fucking weird.
But what's even more fascinating is the exact timing of what happens next. Just 1 or 2 seconds after Sandra calls out to her mom, the drawer opens again, almost like a direct response. The timing is incredibly specific and raises all kinds of questions. Of course, as always, it's possible this was set up using something like fishing line. Though, as with many of these types of videos, no setup is visible. But if we take it as it is, this could be a touching and subtle form of communication between mother and daughter from beyond the grave. It's one of those clips that manages to feel both disturbing and strangely comforting. What do you think? Paranormal phenomenon, or just a well-executed trick? Music TikTok user WinMcPix posted a video on his account on July 20, 2023, where he begins by saying something is watching him. According to the user, he was just trying to relax and play video games at home when he started noticing something strange repeatedly passing by his window. To try to capture it, he places his phone to record himself while playing, and sure enough, something happens.
Something keeps passing by this window. I just propped up the phone here and I'm gonna play. If you're walking by my office, I want you to knock it off.
He grabs the phone and starts walking through the house, calling out to whatever is there to stop. But if it was a spirit, apparently it didn't like being told what to do. Objects begin flying around the room in an explosion of chaotic movement.
Holy. Is that you making all that noise back there? This thing's always closing doors. You need to get out. Dude, will you knock it off, please?
Then, one of the doors opens by itself, and just before it closes again, you can make out a shadowy figure with human shape standing in the room. You have to get out. If you pause at the exact moment,
you got to get out. You're gonna lock yourself in the laundry room again? You're not leaving?
the silhouette is undeniably chilling. In fact, here's a frame from the video. The figure appears to be standing motionless, partially wrapped in the darkness of the hallway. It's subtle, but that's exactly what makes it so creepy. Some viewers have speculated that the shadowy figure could have been added with visual effects, possibly masking the figure behind the door frame and blending it with the dark environment to make it appear natural. The lighting and perspective here would make such an effect more convincing. Still, even knowing that, it doesn't detract from how disturbing the moment feels. Whether it's a true paranormal phenomenon or a skillfully executed hoax, this clip certainly captures the imagination. What do you think? Visual trick or something paranormal? For a long time after this, a man named Beck posted this disturbing video at his TikTok account in May 2025. The footage was captured by a home security camera in the middle of the night, and what it shows is strange and disturbing. The video begins showing the owner's property under darkness. At first, everything seems quiet, but then this happens. If you look closely, you'll see what appears to be the figure of a ghostly woman silently walking through the property. She remains there for almost a full minute before the recording abruptly cuts off, leaving more questions than answers. There's something especially disturbing about how calm and deliberate her movements are. Not erratic or playful, but intentional, as if she knew where she was going. Some viewers have speculated it could have simply been a person distorted by the poor camera quality in low light conditions, which often makes shadows and clothing appear more ethereal than they are. Still, the pale and blurry appearance of the figure and her slow pace feel undeniably ghostly. Who was this mysterious woman? Was she simply passing by? Was she lost or looking for something or someone? Or perhaps, even in the afterlife, she was just determined to complete her daily walks? Let me know your theories below. A video posted on YouTube in January 2013 by a user known as Brun9711 shows a kid playing with a tech deck skateboard. The nostalgia. So far, everything seems normal. But just when he starts having fun, something unexpected and frankly disturbing occurs.
Bruno! Se movió la silla.
Out of nowhere, the chair in the kitchen drags backward, as if being pulled by an invisible force. It's strong enough to scare everyone, and especially the family cat, who immediately runs away frightened. The kid sits there, stunned, looking at what just happened. Then, right at the end of the video, another disturbing thing occurs.
Sí. Tipo,
A door slams shut by itself, with no one in sight. The combination of events, first the chair, and then the door, suggests this might not have been an isolated malfunction. There's a genuine sense of progression in the activity, almost as if something was making its presence increasingly evident. Of course, there are rational explanations worth considering. Some viewers might point to the possibility that a thread or rope was used to move the chair, and while that can't be completely ruled out, there's nothing obvious in the video indicating where such thread could be pulling from. Everything looks and feels very organic. It's also worth noting the cat's reaction. Animals are believed to often be more sensitive to strange energies or subtle changes in their environment, and the way this one runs away the moment the chair moves adds another layer of intrigue. Ultimately, This is one of those clips that exists in a grey area. Maybe it has an explanation, maybe it doesn't. But one thing is certain, the poor kid probably didn't touch a tech deck again.